Good evening. Whoa, hello everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Chag Sameach. So nice to see everyone here in our CBST underground kind of lighting. We're so happy to be here once again, but live in person continues to fill me with so much joy. Crazy, huh? Who would have thought a few years ago, we couldn't have imagined, but it would be so exciting to see each other wearing crazy looking masks and looking so funny looking, but so wonderful to be here and to see everyone. Tonight is a very special concert in the history and in the life cycle of CBST. As all of you know who have donated so generously to either be here in person or with us online, this is a major fundraising benefit to support music at CBST. And we all know how important music is at CBST. And it's special that this year, as it has a couple of times before, also taken place during the week of Hanukkah. This week in which we have the darkest and longest nights of the year, in which we really celebrate the power of increasing the light. And that each of us, in our own ways, and in the resources each of us has, we each are able to light at least one candle. And that candle can inspire somebody else to light their candle. And those candles can inspire others to light their candles. And what we do specifically on Hanukkah is really, of course, the physical act of observing this holiday, but it's to remind us of our job each and every day for the whole year. So before I introduce Seth and before we light the candles for this, what night are we up to? Second night of Hanukkah. Math isn't my strength, you know. I'm thrilled because we have a special guest to offer some greetings on this second night of Hanukkah. A very dear and good friend of mine who has come up through the ranks of New York City political life, and we are so honored that now Eric Bottcher represents this district for the New York City Council. And I've worked with Eric as he's gone through any number of offices as the key political person in the offices of Chris Quinn, Governor Cuomo, and most recently, he was the chief of staff for Corey Johnson. So I'm thrilled to invite our newest and new member of the City Council who represents CBST, Eric Bottcher.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Happy Hanukkah, everybody. Rabbi, if you told me 14 years ago when I started out as a junior staffer, who has always just lionized you, that one day I'd be getting this introduction from you as the council member for this district, I never would have believed you, and I want you to know how much you mean to me and how special this is, this opportunity is. And I really want to thank all of you for supporting CBST, such a special institution, not just in my district or the city, but in the world, especially now with what's going on. And as we're here celebrating CBST and Hanukkah, we've got to remind ourselves that the light that we're producing and the love that we're producing is so much more powerful than the hate that's coming at us. And we saw that hate this weekend outside of Drag Queen Story Hour, a few blocks south. Awful hate, and a couple hours ago they came to our district office. They defaced the hallway outside of our office. But we are not going to be intimidated, and I'm not worried, because when we always win, love always overcomes, and we're going to do it with the love that we're creating here tonight. Thank you, and happy Hanukkah, everybody.
Eric has been an amazing advocate for our community here in New York City. As an openly gay member of the City Council, he has really led the fight about monkeypox vaccination access when very few were doing that, and has really also led the fight against anti-Semitism and the forces of negativity that continue to crawl under the sidewalks of our city. but very proud and very grateful to have you representing us, Eric. And if you don't already follow him, if you're a social media kind of person, he is a social media kind of guy, and you'll learn a lot about what's happening in the city by following him on social media. So I urge you to, and really, it's an honor to have you with us tonight, Eric. Thank you so much for being here. And now we are going to light the lights. So I'm going to invite Rabbi Werber, Cantor Rosen, and Joyce Rosenzweig to help me. And we're going to start with lighting the candles. You can light the shamash. I'll hold that. The second night of Hanukkah. How many nights are there? So here's a question. Some of you know from my Drosh Friday night, how many candles do we light in the course of 8 nights? Harold Levine? 36 candles, which has very important mystical significance. Kenneth Carpel figured it out on Friday night. He gets a special award. Whoops.
Like the second time.
Well, you know, there is a Airstream here.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik
Okay, sometimes you have to do things again, right? This is another metaphor for life. No, it's just this Airstream here. I think this is the Airstream is there. What? I pulled it further. I think that should do it there, but let's see. There we go. See, it's not as blowing as much. Okay. Resilience, right? So things don't work at first, you got to do them again. Thank you, Rabbi Werber, Cantor Rosen, Joyce Rosenzweig, and to all of you. So tonight's concert, as I said earlier, is in this series that we've started some years ago with the fabulous Seth Rudetsky. Some of you might remember many years ago in the early 90s, Seth was at a Yom Kippur service where he thought I was droning on again and again and again about classical music, as I'm wont to do. And he came up to me after services that Yom Kippur and he said, "Rabbi, Jews, gay Jews love Broadway, not just classical music." So I also love Broadway. I also happen to be a gay Jew. So I said, "Seth, I like Broadway too." But he did point out I talked more about classical music. So we had to change that. And he volunteered to do a fundraiser for CBST at Don't Tell Mama. I think it was 1997. Was that right? 1997. Who here was at that fabulous fundraiser at Don't Tell Mama? That was really fun, very special. And now, these some years later, Seth has continued to be a great supporter of CBST by bringing great, and I mean great, Broadway music to our community as a way of helping us raise money for CBST. But Seth doesn't just help raise money for CBST. For some of you, I know for me, Seth and his husband James, through the pandemic, did a daily concert, sometimes more than once a day, raising money. He raised over $1 million for the Actors Fund through the pandemic, supporting actors and behind-the-scenes theater people who were so desperately hurt by the pandemic. Over $1 million, but not even just for the Actors Fund. Even during the pandemic, he and James did fundraisers for groups like CBST, Trevor Project, the Gay Men's Chorus of New York City, and many, many, many more. They raised almost $500,000 during the pandemic for other organizations worthy and deserving. And not only that, as if that wouldn't be enough. Wrong holiday, Diana, right? That's the wrong holiday. He also brought a doctor onto most of those shows so that his show was helping people learn science and medical information in the midst of the scariest days of the pandemic, and made sure that he was part of helping to disseminate all information that could help us survive it. And not only that, he has a fabulous Broadway show on the afternoons on Sirius XM Radio. I'm a huge personal fan, and I know we all love Seth, so I want to invite Seth Rudetsky to join us.
I didn't say she was droning on and on, but it was a lot of like, I'm going to do a concert of Aaron Copland. I was like, oh my God, no one wants to hear that atonal headache. Also, yes, Dr. LaPook, it seemed a little hot as we see in the business. Dr. LaPook was on Stars in the House, and let me just say his advice for the holidays coming up. By the way, I see a lot of hand sanitizer around, which is driving me crazy. COVID is airborne. So just like more filters, more masks, hand sanitizers, bye-bye. That's not so important. And what Dr. LaPook just told us last week for the holidays, if you have to get together with people, which people understand, literally do a rapid antigen test as soon as you get there or in the driveway. If you're negative in the rapid antigen, you're not contagious. You may, of course, weirdly become contagious like 2 hours later and turn positive, but not 48, 72 hours before. He's literally like in the driveway or as soon as you walk in, do the rapid antigen, and then Hanukkah won't be a super spreader event. Anyway, so thank you for masking up. We took our COVID test, we're fine. That benefit, by the way, that I did in 1997, which P.S. featured Lilias White as Effie, and then I wound up doing the Actors Fund, Dreamgirls with her, Obsessed. But anyway, one of my friends from college was the drummer for that, and of course he drums for all my free events. My friend Carrie Mees is here yet again. Hi, Carrie. 1997, but we went to college before that. Okay, so who the hell is singing tonight, you may ask? Let me introduce everybody. First, for you Sirius XM fans, also because she brought her own doggy with her, please welcome my co-host, the brilliant Ms. Christine Petty. Christine coming out with Clarence the doggy. Oh, escorted by Derek. Yes, Christine's vision is not amazing, but the sass is still there. All right, Christine, there's so many things for you to trip over. Watch out. I know, it's passive-aggressive. Come this way. Exactly. Your hearing is fine. Sit the hell down. Stop upstaging me right there. And there's Clarence, by the way. Where's Clarence? Oh. He's right here. All right. There's Clarence. Adopted Bill Berloni. Helped Christine adopt Clarence. Bill Berloni trained Sandy and Annie, if you don't know that, from 1997. And he basically has been training every single animal on Broadway. Clarence, okay, that's not called walking. Also here, who appeared last year, Christine was here last year, also who appeared last year, and we did that Dream Girls benefit with Lilius White. I met him doing Kids of the Spider-Man with Cheetah Rivera. He's here. He's also Christine's escort, the amazing Darius DeHaas. Hi, Darius. Okay, then we have also new, one of my good pals. We never did Phantom of the Opera together, but I did the show for almost 15 years. She's done it like Broadway, London, this, that, this. She's amazing. Please welcome the wonderful Sierra Boggess. The lovely Sierra Boggess. Look at her. The Little Mermaid herself. And finally, dressed like a sassy diva because she is one. She's a Tony Award winner. She's about to star on Broadway in The Devil Wears Prada. Please welcome the amazing Miss Beth Level! Diva. Okay. Right? Upstaging. All right, Sierra, you're up first, so let's have your little blah, blah, blah. Yes, awkwardly bend over. Sierra, by the way, for all of her amazing career, you're a little Hugh Pinero-y in the sense that a lot of things went wrong. I was just wanted to, because Hugh Pinero, I had him on my show last week, and I was like, he did Lestat, he did Martin Gare, it was like 4 shows, I was like, oh. Sierra had some bad luck. One of them was Rebecca. Anybody know about Rebecca? The show where there was a big investor, and they couldn't get his money because he died of malaria. Remember that whole?
He was invented. They invented an investor, just made up a guy.
And their best reason for him not being around is malaria. Why not? He was hit by a car. Anyway, so Rebecca, and then the other devastation was she was hired to do Phantom of the Opera in Paris, the very first production, and it takes place in Paris. And talk about that devastation.
So I learned the entire score in French.
Doesn't speak French.
Didn't speak a word of French, so, and the French really take kindly to Americans speaking French. They were really excited. Not at all. But, so I learned the whole thing in French, and then 2 days into tech rehearsal, the stage caught on fire, and so the show was no more.
It never happened.
Literally en
flambe. It literally just burned down. En flambe.
En flambe. I guess I do speak French.
She does speak French. So, regardless, she's about to star in a show that, sadly, the composer just passed away, Lucy Simon. But it was a show that was a huge hit, and I know it's one of Sierra's dream roles. We've been talking about it for years. She's finally going to do it in California. She's starring in The Secret Garden. I'm very proud of you, Sierra Boggess.
Thanks, Seth.
However, she's never done a benefit for the gay and lesbian synagogue, Bet Simchas Torah, and she's wondering,
what will this day be like? I wonder. What will my future be? I wonder. It could be so exciting to be out in the world, to be free. My heart should be wildly rejoicing. Oh, what's the matter with me? I've always longed for adventure, to do the things I've never dared. Now here I'm facing adventure. Then why am I so scared? A captain with 7 children. What's so fearsome about that? Oh, I must stop these doubts, all these worries. If I don't, I just know I'll turn back. I must dream of the things I am seeking. I am seeking the courage I lack. The courage to serve them with reliance. Face my mistakes without defiance. Show them I'm worthy, and while I show them, I'll show me. So let them bring on all their problems. I'll do better than my best. I have confidence they'll put me to the test. Besides which, you see, I have confidence in me. Strength doesn't lie in numbers. Strength doesn't lie in wealth. Strength lies in nights of peaceful slumbers. When you wake up, it's healthy all. Oh shit, I'm doing the wrong lyrics.
You just modulated on me. Oh, you're right. I was so excited how good you sound. Do it from Somehow I Will.
I will improve oppress them. I will be firm but kind, and all those children, heaven bless them, they will look up to me and mind me with each step. I am more certain everything will turn out fine. I have confidence the world can all be mine. They'll have to agree I have confidence in me. I have confidence in sunshine. I have confidence in rain. I have confidence that spring will come again. Besides what you see, I have confidence in me. Strength doesn't lie in numbers. Strength doesn't lie in wealth. Strength lies in nights of peaceful slumbers. When you wake up, it's healthy. All I trust, I leave my heart to. All I trust becomes my own. I have confidence in confidence alone. Oh, help. I have confidence in confidence alone. Besides what you see, I have confidence in me.
Sarah! She got through it. Bravo. Thank you, Sierra. You'll hear more from her. All right, so Christine Petty is coming up next. And we haven't done sound checks for these songs, but I just did my Broadway cruise with Christine and Darius. So we're assuming that we know these songs. Christine, take your mic. Well, I just did it with you on the damn Queen. I feel like you're going to trip over. It's so annoying. It's making... Here, come this way. Clarence, you're already a nervous wreck. Give that dog a Xanax. Oh, no. Do you want to hold Clarence during your song?
Come here, baby. I know. Who are all these people? What is it? What does it mean?
Uh-oh.
Well, I have Seth to thank for this dog because Bill Berloni got him for me. Bill's wife Dorothy found him, and Bill is works over at the Humane Society of New York. So, if you wanna support Clarence,
Who doesn't?
support the Humane Society. Clarence, he's a New York dog now, although he was born in Memphis, Tennessee. And he's a rescue, and he's learned how to be savvy. He learns how to take elevators and hail cabs and stuff. He didn't know how to do that when he first came to New York. And he and I just truck on down the avenue in New York City and live our life as metropolitans. I get too hungry for dinner at 8. I love the theater, but never come late. I never bother with people I hate, not when I have you. That's why the lady is a tramp. Won't go to Harlem in ermine and pearls. Won't go to crap games with barons and earls. And I won't dish the dirt with the rest of the girls. That's why the lady is a tramp. I love the free, fresh wind in my hair. Life without care. I'm broke, it's oak. Hate California. Oh, it's cold and it's damp, like Clarence. That's why the lady is a tramp. I go to Coney, the beach is divine. I go to ball games, the bleachers are fine. I read the gossip and I follow every line. That's why the lady is a tramp. I like a isn't a fake. I like throwing on Central Park Lake. I go to opera and I stay wide awake. That's why the lady is a tramp. I like the green grass under my shoes. What can you lose? I'm fat, that's that. I'm all alone when I lower my lamp. That's why the lady. That's why the lady. That's why the lady is a tramp. That's why the lady is a tramp.
Christine Petty and Clarence Petty. Get your glasses, take them. All right, watch out for every obstacle in your way. So, like I said, I met Darius. My favorite story is that I was doing Kiss of the Spider Woman with Cheetah, and she was being replaced by Vanessa Williams. And I was doing rehearsal piano for Vanessa Williams and a new dancer. So I was playing the rehearsal, and I kept hearing like the most amazing voice singing along. And I'm like, it's Vanessa who didn't sing the song, and some rickety-rackety dancer who can't sing. I'm like, who has the amazing voice? Anyway, the end of the story is, it was literally Darius. Because I come from the school of my mother where you can only do one thing well. She'd always be like, why is Patty the Plum playing Evita? She has an acting degree. She's not a singer. So in my mind, I'm like, literally, she'd always be like that. So I'm like, Darius can't sing well. He's a dancer. Anyway, I became obsessed with his voice during Kiss of the Spider Woman, his first Broadway show. And then we wound up doing a million shows together, including, by the way, a great organization, Hearts and Voices, where we bring singers to hospitalized patients with AIDS, all at Cardinal Cook, all different hospitals. Carrie always brought his little drum kit and would play in the hospital, and Darius would always come and sing and sass it. And we did the prison ward for like 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
Singing up a storm. So this is just a really amazing song. And before I forget, I've got to plug this mother F. He's got a show coming up, 54 Below, literally tomorrow. So tomorrow. Yeah.
It's on? I don't think it's on. Is it on?
Yeah.
It's late. It's 9:30. I know people are like, oh, that's my bedtime. Come on out. We're going to have a good time.
It's a Hanukkah show.
It's a Hanukkah show, yeah.
Let's just...
I'm for all. For all.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure I know this ending on the Queen Mary. I think we did the ride out. Okay, I think I know it. This is Ray Charles.
This is,
One, two,
Ray Charles.
three.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you about the girl I know. She's my baby. She lives next door. Every morning before the sun comes up, she brings me coffee in my favorite cup. That's why I know, yeah, I know, hallelujah, I love her so. When I'm in trouble and I got no friends, no, she'll go with me until the end. Everybody asks me how I know. I smile at them and say she told me so. That's how I know, yeah, I know, hallelujah, I love her so. Now if I call her on the telephone and tell her that I'm all alone, by the time I count from 1 to 4, I hear her on my door in the evening when the sun goes down and there ain't nobody else around. She kisses me, holds me tight, tells me, Daddy, everything is all right. That's how I know, yeah, I know, hallelujah, I love her so. Come on, Seth.
Piano solo? I have piano solos.
But you do it so well.
No, I don't. I'm a classical pianist. I'm having a panic attack.
Come on, Seth Rudetsky and Carrie, yeah.
No.
Now if I call her on the telephone and tell her that I'm all alone, and by the time I come from 1 to 4, I hear her on my door in the evening when the sun goes down and there ain't nobody else around. She kisses me, holds me tight, tells me, Daddy, everything is all right. That's how I know, yeah, I know, hallelujah, I love her so. Well, hallelujah, I love her so. Yeah, hallelujah, I love her so. Hallelujah, I love her so. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Come on, man. Yes, Darius. Those are B flats, by the way. Okay. Darius did that on the cruise with me, and here is my other. You've all done the Broadway cruise, I just realized, but different ones. Beth Level did my Broadway cruise to the Caribbean, and one more, I feel, right? Yes. We did 2 cruises together.
To the Caribbean.
Oh. She's done 2 Caribbean cruises. Still got it. I know. I'll give you another destination one day.
Let's go someplace else, Seth.
I already booked my
I'm just kidding.
Spain, Portugal. Okay, so like I said, she's going to be starring in The Devil Wears Prada soon, but until then, she's here. Now, Beth Level.
I honestly don't think I've had a better introduction in my life. I'm still here. Thanks, COVID. Go ahead.
P.S. So years and years ago, I'm working in summer stock, and assistant music director for Grease, of course, my drummer, Carrie Meads. Last minute director came in to direct Grease, and she was pregnant at the time, and our director back then was Ms. Beth Level, and she was pregnant, and how old is that little baby now?
He turned 33 last week.
That's how long I've known. By the way, she looks the same, and I'm not joking. She literally looks the same, and it's annoying.
Okay, I forgive him from the intro now.
Exactly. Now, Beth, you are from the South, but what are you really?
'Cause I'm just a
Southern Belle?
Broadway baby, walking off my tired feet. She's pounding 42nd Street to be in a show again. Thanks, COVID. Broadway baby, I'm learning how to sing and dance again. Thanks, COVID. Waiting for that one big chance to be in a show. I'd like to be on some marquee, all twinkling lights, a spark to pierce the dark from Battery Park, way down to West 30th Street. Yeah, some my day, maybe all my dreams will be repaid. Heck, I'd even play Miranda Priestley to be in a show again. Hey, Mr. Producer, I'm talking to you. Where's Jason Kent? I don't need a lot, where only what I got.
Oh, there he is, Dr. Kent.
Plus a tube of grease paint in my follow spot. I'm a Broadway baby. I'm slaving at that 5 and 10, dreaming of that great day when I'll be on a cruise that doesn't go to the Caribbean. Shut up. Broadway baby.
Spain, Portugal.
I'm making rounds all afternoon, eating at some greasy spoon to save on my dough. That's just my cat. His name's Malcolm. A bed and a chair, but still, I'm gonna stick it till I'm on that bill. All over Times Square, some day, maybe bring it home, Carrie. If I stick it long enough, I might get to strut my working for a nice man like the Ziegfeld or a mice man in a great big Broadway show.
Next level,
Seth Rudetsky.
Dr. Kint. Her first time singing since COVID. She had COVID 2 weeks ago.
COVID 2 weeks ago.
And she was nervous her voice wouldn't hold up. Never sounded better. Still got it. We'll see. Sierra Boggess, will you please step to the stage? Sierra Boggess is a Broadway actress, one of the few actresses to play a lesbian in a musical. There are around 3 roles and that's it.
Aww.
I mean, seriously, right? There's Rent. Why, there's a reveal coming up, Christine? What do you mean give one away? No.
Oh, for should have been you, yeah.
Okay,
Now
closed.
it's over.
It
Now
closed
it's over.
15 years ago, right? There are very few lesbian roles. Fun Home. Okay, so I'm sorry. So there are 2. Oh, falsettos. Yes, lesbians from next door. What was it? Head over. Right, Bonnie Milligan. Head over heels. Grand Hotel. If Then. All right. If Then. Les Johnson. If Then. By the way, Hello, Horace Van der Gelder is not a.
Did you say Phantom? Oh, hello, Dolly.
Is Scooby-Doo a musical? Velma? Anybody? Regardless, that's pretty few musicals.
We've learned a lot just now. We learned that there's a lot of trivia in this room.
Yeah. So Sierra sings about not wanting to come out to her mom, played by Tyne Daly?
Coming out to anybody. So this character has literally crafted an entire wedding so that she doesn't have to be who she is because she's terrified.
A straight wedding.
Yeah, a straight wedding. And then there comes a point that you just can't, live like that anymore. I think this song is really relevant today, especially. Easy to do, that's what they say. Why are you waiting to pick up the phone, blast off a text? Stop this debating. The people you love, they need to know. Don't even try, you can't defend it. Telling my mom, seeing the look, that's what I'm dreading. And don't forget Dad started to cry, announcing my wedding. Just saying the word shatters their dreams. What if I'm not able to mend it? But I know the longer I wait, the harder it gets. So time to stick to the plan. Be true to myself, I'll have no regrets. Still, I keep feeling they'll think I'm just a little bit less than. If they don't ask and I don't tell, they miss the best of me. When I deny part of my life, I risk the rest of me. Sure, I can pass, keep up the show. Deep down I know it's time to end it. And the longer I wait, the harder it gets. So time to stick to the plan. Be true to myself, I'll have no regrets. Don't be afraid that they'll think I'm just a little bit less than. Strangers I meet, friends from before, step to the edge, walk through the door. No one is gonna stop me anymore. Silence isn't golden, speak up right away. Bring those surprises to light. You know a life built on lies is just not right. The longer you wait, the harder it gets to tell them. The more you pretend, the more they've a right to condemn. Be true to yourself, you'll have no regrets. If you believe you can announce it by decree, let loose, tell all, be free. If you don't, you'll really be a little bit less than.
Brava. Sierra. Looking at my order. All right, Christine, come back to the stage. Interestingly enough, I'm like racking my brain for a lesbian character, and Christine, you played a lesbian on Broadway. Okay, has anyone seen the show Chicago? Have you met the matron, Mama Morton? Oh, is she a lesbian?
I just thought she liked comfortable shoes.
Okay. So, Christine, we're gonna sing. Now, by the way, Christine pulled one of the most amazing things that I always wanted to do things like this, and I never had the energy to follow through on them. Christine got cast as Mama Morton in Chicago and did not tell her parents. And told her parents, I have free tickets to Chicago. Do you want to go see it? Because she always gets free tickets to things. They were like, sure. So they showed up at the theater. She had her friends block the sign in the lobby that had the cast list. Not that her parents would have noticed.
And they got playbills from the week before.
Playbills from the week before. So the parents opened it. They're like, ow, look who's playing, like not knowing anything. And they just watched the show. And then halfway through, you came on and was there a stroke? Like what happened? What did
Well, I thought, I was, making my debut in a lead on Broadway in a show that I'd seen 18 times and loved. And I thought it would be cool because I only had to keep the secret for 2 weeks. It wasn't a long time to have my parents be there and not know, and then I'd show up on stage, surprise. And as I stood in the wings, like concerned about my lines and also being sort of a visitor to this legendary show that had been running for, I don't know how many years at that point, 20, I don't know, about 18. I think I averaged one visit a year. And I suddenly realized, oh God, I have to make sure I don't screw up the lines. I have to make sure I don't bump into people, and I'm a guest in their house here. And I went, oh, my parents may have a stroke. They may die. Oh my God, what have I done, And so I came on, and I did my number, and then at intermission, I get a phone call from my friends, your parents are here, and my mother thought...
She's so used to Christine not making money.
Yeah, she was just assuming that she must have been at a benefit.
A one night only.
Instead of at Chicago. She just figured, wait, Chris, is this a benefit? Because it must have just been a benefit with a lot of numbers from Chicago in it. And then when I showed up, it had to be a free event. And then they said something like, is she going to do it again? And they said, yeah, for 10 weeks. They went, they're paying her?
And on that note... And now, ladies and gentlemen, the keeper of the keys, the countess of the clink, the mistress of Murderers Row, matron Mama Morton!
Ask any of the chickies in my pen.
Is she a lesbian?
They'll tell you I'm the biggest mother hen. I love them all and all of them love me. Because the system works. The system called reciprocity. Got a little motto, always sees me through. When you're good to mama, mama's good to you. There's a lot of favors I'm prepared to do. You do one for mama, she'll do one for you. They say that life is tit for tat. That's the way I live. So I deserve a lot of tat for what I gotta give. Don't you know that this hand washes that one too? When you're good to mama, mama's good to you. If you want my gravy, pepper my ragu. You put in for mama, she'll put out for you. When they pass that basket, folks contribute too. You put in for mama, she'll put out for you. The folks atop the ladder are the ones the world adores. So boost me up my ladder, kids, and I'll boost you up yours. Let's all stroke together like the Princeton crew. When you're stroking mama, mama's stroking you. So, what's the one conclusion I can bring this number to? When you're good to mama, mama's good to you.
Kristen Petty, recreating her Broadway role with Clarence as Velma Kelly.
What did you think? What do you
Want me to
think
take your mic here?
your
Come this
first
way.
Fosse number?
Good boy. Oh, your stupid glasses. Darius, you're next here. So Darius, wait, which one? Darius is kind of the Lena Lamont. No, the opposite of Lena Lamont. He's the, well, you know, and Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Oh, wait, hold on. Here's Darius. So you know Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, right? So the character of Shy Baldwin, like, he's such an amazing singer. Is he? Because it's actually, Debbie Reynolds here is the singing voice of Shy Baldwin on The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. That's Darius.
Another gay character, by the way.
He's not a lesbian now. Is your microphone on? Why
Can't
so
have everything.
There we go. So when you got Shy Baldwin, did they say it was just going to be a one? Like, what was it? A one-off? Or?
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you about.
Let me tell you about it. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel was one of the easiest jobs I ever landed. It was a fluke. I was called on a Friday.
Shabbos.
See?
Trying to
I was
translate.
called on a Friday. I was running late to some appointment, and the musical supervisor said, "You've been recommended to us by my friend Janice Siegel. If you all know Janice
Manhattan
Siegel
Transfer.
from the Manhattan Transfer. You've been recommended by Janice Siegel to be to come and be this voice for this character that we're putting on The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. He's supposed to be a kind of a Johnny Mathis-esque type of character, and we want to know, would you be able to submit some music for us, and can you sound like Johnny Mathis?" And I said, no.
He's the Elaine Stritch of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Right, exactly. I said no, because I said I didn't want to be in a recording booth, if I got the job, I didn't want to be in a recording booth having to sound like Johnny Mathis. You know, you already have Johnny Mathis. So, you know, I said, you know, I said, look, I've been told that depending on what I'm singing, I may have a Johnny Mathis-esque type of quality to my voice. So I'm gonna send you some recordings, and you know, you just see if it works out. So this was Friday afternoon. Friday night, I was offered the job.
Oh my God! You don't even have to sing live. You just sent recordings.
Recordings. I sent them a recording called Quiet Please.
Yeah.
And I sent them my Strayhorn recording.
So many amazing CDs. So wait,
Yeah.
so you thought it was gonna be a song? How many did you wind up?
I thought it was going to be one song. It was "Younger Than Springtime Are You." And he sang it at a telethon for rheumatoid arthritis. I thought it was going to be the only episode, and they even said to me, well, you know, she is going to go on tour with him. Yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, that's nice. You know, okay, well, you know, it was nice. And I wasn't thinking, because they could have done it anyway. They could have had it where he was going to be singing and coming off stage, and then she was going to be doing her comedy routine.
Right.
I didn't expect to sing. I had that job for 2.5 years.
So delicious.
It was truly just, you know, a bolt out of the blue, and I loved working on it. I loved it, and I love how much joy that show brings to so many people.
See, Sierra, his theater didn't burn down. Okay, so why is it her fault? Okay, so let's do. This is one of the songs that they wrote for you for the show.
The Emmy-winning, not Emmy-winning, Emmy-nominated "One Less Angel."
1, 2, 3.
The stars shine, your eyes catch mine. Then your light is all I can see. Could there be one less angel in heaven? Don't tell one less angel in heaven. Must be one less angel in heaven. 'Cause you're here smiling at me. Oh, the strings play, you move my way. I'm soaring now, I guarantee there must be one less angel in heaven. Don't tell one less angel in heaven. Must be one less angel in heaven. 'Cause look who's dancing with me. Oh, and now I'm scared. I'm scared to close my eyes and open them to find you flown away. I know that I should keep my feelings in disguise, but darling, there is something that I got to say. My baby, my angel, now please won't you stay? My heart stops, the music drops, the world falls away suddenly. Oh, one less angel in heaven. There was one less angel in heaven. My baby said yes, I'm in heaven. My angel loves me. She said she loves me. Oh, that's heaven to me. Heaven to me.
Yes, on the high C. The flexibility, man. That shiz is flexible. Beth Level, dear, if you'd step to the stage.
Thank you.
Beth Level, when I met her, like I said, she was pregnant. She was in a marriage, which she's no longer in. But later in life, she found... No, but now it's good, it's good, it's good. Later in life, she found her one true love, who now, by the way, is one of the stars of Some Like It Hot.
Yes.
By the way, are you guys married? I don't even know. Are you married?
No, I was going to tell a whole story, but you've totally usurped it.
No, I didn't, because I have not given away the actual details. Go.
So anywho,
I have not given away the details.
no, you have not. Something in this god-awful COVID happened. I got engaged again. So yes,
Thank you.
that was it. And his name is Adam Heller, and he's listening to the live stream.
Doesn't he have a damn show? He doesn't have a show?
No, it's Monday.
Oh, hi, Adam. I think we did Victor Victoria together, maybe? We did some Broadway show together.
Yeah, I think it was Victor Victoria.
Victor.
Anyway,
another
go see
lesbian.
Some Like It Hot because it's really fabulous. I don't
Yeah.
know if you've seen it. Yay. So when I sing this song, the next one that's coming up, I always like to sing it to Adam. Just because, you sing you sing what's personal, but he's not here. So I'm singing it to him in the live stream. But every time I sing it, I think it's so romantic, but there's certain lines that he goes, really? Thanks. So I'd like to point them out as I sing it.
It's a passive-aggressive love song.
It's a passive-aggressive that, thank you. I used to dream that I would discover the perfect lover someday. I knew I'd recognize him if ever he came round my way. I always used to fancy then he'd be one of those godlike kind of men with a giant brain and a noble head, like the heroes bold in the books that I'd read. But along came Bill, who's not the type at all. You'd see him on the street and never notice him. His form and face, his manly grace,
are not the kind that you would find in a statue. So I can't explain, 'cause it's surely not his brain, he hates that line, that makes me thrill. But I love him because he's wonderful, because he's just my Bill. Oh God, he cannot play golf or tennis or polo or sing a solo or row. He hates this line. He isn't half as handsome as dozens of men that I know. He actually is. He isn't tall or straight or slim, and he dresses far worse than Ted or Jim. That much is true. So I can't explain why he should be just this one man in this world that's for me. But he's just my Bill. He's an ordinary guy, and he hasn't got a thing that I can brag about. And yet to be upon his knee, so comfy and roomy, seems so natural to me, and I can't explain, 'cause it's surely not his brain that makes me thrill. I love him because he's I don't know. Because he's just my
Beth Level, man. There's a reason
Seth
for that Tony
Rudetsky.
Award. Thank you, Bethy.
Thank you, Seth.
Hi, Adam. So, by the way, Stars in the House people, let me just say that are watching, or anyone that's watching the live stream, is there like a link that people can donate? I didn't really even say it. What should people go to? CBST.org? It's on the actual screen. Yeah, so you may be like, well, what am I donating for? I mean, everyone looks amazing here. Basically, the reason why I started doing these benefits way back in the 90s is I went to the High Holiday Service, and if you grew up a Jew, you know when you go to the High Holiday Service, you always have to buy a ticket, because basically people that run shuls are like, the only time Jews feel guilty are during the high holidays. The one time they feel they have to show up, and it's the only time we can actually make money, so sorry, you have to buy a ticket. So every high holiday, you have to buy tickets, because they know people don't really go every Saturday, so it's like a good way to make money. So I went to the service at CBST, which is at the Jacob Javits Center, which is A, gorgeous, B, there were billions of people there, C, a lot of them weren't gay, I mean, like half of them were straight, and guess what? It was all free. So I was like, wait, it's in the most amazing space ever, and it's completely free, like they're not taking this opportunity to make money, and I was like, and then Sharon Kleinbaum is so effing hilarious in her sermon, obsessed with the comedy, not with the Aaron Copland boringness, but the comedy. So I was like, wait, you can't be this smart and liberal and not, I was like, I've got to raise the money. So that's why I began raising the money. So anyone that's watching, and maybe just give me 2 seconds, does anyone want to come up and talk about what the hell the money goes towards? Because like besides the free services, like you have so many things. Sharon, you want to talk about it? Rabbi, who's going to be like, this is what we do? Oh, Joyce, yeah, why don't you? This is actually our actual MD, as we say. Joyce is the music director.
Well,
Yes, dear.
well,
This was not planned by me. It wasn't, actually. So what did we do?
So what the music is very important at CBST. The yearly cycle from High Holidays, where we have our expansive chorus, our phenomenal cantor Sam Rosen, we are more than blessed to have throughout this year. He started with us 2 years ago as an intern, and we were smart enough to say, we need to keep this person when he graduates from cantorial school. So what a blessing. But this CBST is full of the arts, and we really, with Rabbi Kleinbaum's, reminds us all the time that arts are holy. Arts are a pathway to holiness. And so tonight, to get to have this amazing concert, amazing performers with like this, can you believe this honesty, the kind of openness that they sing with, these voices that are just magnificent, to have them here with us. We are more than blessed. Seth, our beloved congregant, who...
What the hell's the money going towards? Stop praising me. When people are donating, be like, we do this, this, and this. I don't need any more praise. These clowns know who I am.
So we have opportunities throughout the year for music, for different kinds of concerts, for bringing in instrumentalists, guest singers. The music keeps us alive.
Yeah.
I would say.
I'll take this for 1 second.
Sure.
Because a lot of people, no, for 1 second. A lot of people after 9/11, a lot of artist friends were like, what are we doing this for? Wait, Beth Level, don't you have a 9/11 story? Am I crazy about 42nd Street? Someone I know, basically it was a lot of like, why are we doing this? We're so shallow. And so many people after 9/11, well, Darius, we did our Dreamgirls concert with Lilias White, September 20th, 2001. And I'm telling you, it really healed people. And it starts in the house. The live stream that I did with James, so many people were like, that's what got me through the pandemic. So the arts are so important, and that's why I brought to you.
Thank you. The arts are what keep us alive. They keep our soul refreshed. And to bring a concert of this quality to our sanctuary where we have prayer, where we have study, where we have art, where we have these incredible voices that inspire us. It's why I do this holy work. I love it, and I love that we can keep expanding. We can keep bringing new life to the prayers through different ways of looking at the music. We can bring different artists to our midst that inspire us and give us hope in these dark days. And how wonderful that we are doing this on Hanukkah, where it's all about bringing more light. And tonight, the light that you all have brought to us is something we will never forget. Wow. And we are very blessed.
How lovely. From the conductress herself, brava. And for anybody watching, you don't have to be lesbian or gay or gender fluid or anything to come to the synagogue, and quite frankly, you don't have to be Jewish. So feel free to show up, because it's always a great service, and Sharon Kleinbaum's sermons are always hilarious and moving. As opposed to, the bar mitzvah boy on Saturday Night Live. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, it's not that. Okay, Sierra Baga, step to the stage, please. So before Sierra sings a song, we were telling this story to Beth Level backstage, so I thought everybody should know it. Sierra was Christine in Phantom of the Opera, and she was hired in Las Vegas, and they really zhuzhed up the set, and they added 8,000 trapdoors on the stage because they thought it would be really exciting. Well, the mechanism failed, and every single trapdoor opened. And before going on the stage, a stagehand said, "Oh my God, Sierra, don't go out there, it's too dangerous." Just kidding. What did he say to you?
He said, don't look out for holes and page the curtain. He said, look out for holes and page the curtain.
So the advice was, look out for holes. She was like, is that an old 1930s break a leg? She's like, okay, great, I'll look out for, literally. And by the way, it was a part of the What is it?
Is it, have you gorged?
Yeah, is it Happy Good?
Gorge yourself at last in your lust for blood.
That's what it is. So she ran out on stage, immediately fell through a hole, and what happened here?
I fell into the stage, and so I'm like hanging in the stage.
Because you're
'cause it's
dressed,
like
right?
Yeah, my wedding dress saved my life because it's so big. And I'm hanging in the stage like this. My face hit the stage, and my front tooth came clean out my mouth. And the phantoms behind me,
And by the way,
you know,
instead of saying, bring the curtain down,
so I started singing because I looked at the phantom, and I was like, all right. And all I thought was like, well, at least I don't have to smile in this scene. Okay, and there's like, have you gorged yourself and lust in your lust for blood? And Anthony Cravella was my phantom, and he's looking at me with all his like grotesque makeup, and he's like, oh, like he's like terrified that of what I look like, you know?
when the phantom thinks you're ugly.
Yeah, then you know something wrong with your face.
So now you claim having a missing tooth. No, actually, show everybody how great your teeth are.
Yeah.
Aren't they stunning?
Well, also, the place that you want to get work done is Vegas. They were like, oh, what else do you want done? And I was like, oh, this whole thing.
Anybody? Chorus line? Dance, tan looks. And into the Who. So she played Christine a million times. So talk about your Christine-ness.
So I played Christine about, I think 4 times. It was supposed to be 5, but we know en flambe. I did it in, that's how I met Hal and Jilly and Andrew, was this production in Las Vegas. And then doing it with Hugh Pinero on Broadway for the 25th anniversary.
So good.
And in London for the 25th anniversary with Ramin Karimloo. And, one Ramin fan.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was harsh.
Yeah, no, my. Where else did I do it? I think that was it. Oh, then I was supposed to do it in Paris. So we're going to do Think of Me. It's Think of Me 4 ways, but won't you? The last way is in English to honor the, doing this on Broadway and in the West End and everything. And then also in French because en flambe. And in Japanese to honor the international success that this thing has had. And then the first way will be what we feel like is probably what the Vegas version, it could have lasted maybe if this was what, if this was what it was.
Think of me finally when we say goodbye. Remember me every so often. Promise me you'll try. I'm a day that not so distant when you are far away. I pray you ever a spare thought for
No, I want you to do the whole solo.
Japanese?
Yeah, Japanese now.
この世の愛は儚く夢が幻か移動せぬうちに心深く夏の日々遠くに去り今は目行きで帰らず Souviens-toi quand je te tendais muette et résignée. Imagine-toi tous les efforts fournis pour t'oublier. Souviens-toi, je t'en prie, souviens-toi, que tout soit quoi qu'il advienne, il n'y aura jamais un jour sans que je ne me souvienne. Flowers fade, the fruits of summer fade. They have their season, so do we. But please promise me that sometimes you will think.
I see. Not lip synced. Bye-bye. Okie dokie. Okay, Sierra, you're amazing. Everyone go to California, go see her in the Secret Garden. Christine, I think we're doing it now, right? Okay. Yeah, I think so, Christine. Where is it though? Wait. Oh, there it is. Okay, hold on. Oh, by the way, I gotta talk about Christine. Christine, I feel like you have a Hanukkah show coming up too, don't you?
I have a show coming up on December 30th. Could I get a mic stand?
Yes.
Because it's better with a mic stand. And would somebody like to hold a poodle?
Aww.
He's just going to sit and stare at me. That's all. He's just going to sit and stare at me. This is good. Okay, great. It's December 30th at the Laurie Beachman Theater, the beautiful Laurie Beachman Theater that had quite a history. 2 years ago at the holidays, they saved the Laurie Beachman Theater in a 9-hour telethon that was basically the product of everyone who's ever gone to the West Bank Cafe and loved it. Famous people nobody ever heard of, people in the business, working actors and politicians. Bill Clinton, I think, made a pitch, and it was the most wonderful life kind of a come to life moment, and it really was so full of affirmative energy, and it just made you realize, just never say never. That place was going to close. It was going to close in a week. Wow. And then suddenly they raised more money than they needed, and we have this beautiful this beautiful theater and this beautiful restaurant that's full of theater people and entertainment people, and has been for 30 or 40 years now. So but it was because we all came together and just everybody did a little bit. Everybody did a little bit, and it was a lovely experience. So I'll be there on December 30th. My show is called Snow Business, and it's a lot of holiday comedy and silliness, and it's a lot of fun.
All of our signature voices. But actually, we should first, before we talk about that, we should talk about the show.
Oh, this show. Yeah, this number is about as long as this show. I have to say, everybody knows that vamp, and when Les Mis came across the pond, all of us young performers were waiting to audition for it. We were so excited, and it gave I had my audition, everybody had their audition, and it ultimately gave a lot of work to a lot of my friends, and I was very happy for them for decades and decades. It didn't matter though. I loved that album. It was a long-playing record, actually. If I don't know, young people, if you know what that is, it's a flat, and you put it on a spinning device with a needle. Anyway, I wore it out, and I'll never forget the Patti LuPone. That's when I really got to know Patti LuPone.
It's the truth, as a child and the child of my daughter. I'm the father of that, and I'm living a spot. She lives with an ink man on his wife, and I pay for the job with the one with that.
It was just her style really seeped in at that point. And to me, Colm Wilkinson was like a rock star. That was like cool to me. I was way too much of a geek. Just nobody sounded like him. I thought I was listening to a rock concert,
I am holding you, Javert. I'm a stronger man by far. There is power in me yet. My race is not yet won.
And it's so interesting because Colm Wilkinson was he like this Scottish guy or Irish guy doing a show in England, set in France, but to me he sounded suspiciously like Cher. And then I got to thinking, there were a lot of people who never got to be in Les Mis. And Cher in Les Mis. What would that be like?
Look down, don't look 'em in the eye. Look down, you're here until you die.
What about Joan Rivers?
Oh, Joan Rivers.
Give me a short. At the end of the day, you're another day older.
It's just, and it's all you can say for the life of the poor, please. Oh God, it's a struggle, it's a war, and there's nothing that anyone's giving. Oh God, all the day running around. What is it for? Oh please, one day less to be living.
What about Dame Julie Andrews?
Lovely ladies waiting in the dark, ready for a thick one or a quick one in the park. Long time, short time, any time, my dear. Cost a little extra if you want to take all year. Quick and cheap is underneath the pier.
Tony Award winner Bernadette Peters.
There is a castle on a cloud. I like to go there when I sleep. On any floors for me to sweep. Not in my castle on a cloud.
The Catwoman herself, Miss Eartha Kitt.
Oh, you know, a little gender bending here. She could play Javert.
Valjean, at last we see each other plain. Monsieur, la mère, you'll wear a different chain.
And of course, Miss Liza Minnelli. There.
Out in the darkness, a fugitive running, fallen from grace, fallen from grace. God, be my witness, I never shall yield till we come face to face.
What about her mother?
So it has been as soon as written on the doorway to paradise. Those who falter, those who fall, must pay the price.
And as Eponine, the waif.
On my own, pretending he's beside me. All alone, I walk with him till morning. In the darkness, the world is all around me, and I don't know the words to all the songs that I am singing.
I picked up on that. And what about Eponine as the nanny herself?
Don't you fret, Monsieur Sheffield, I don't feel any pain. A little drop of rain could hardly hurt me now. You're here, that's all I need to know. And you will keep me safe, and you will keep me warm, and rain will make the flowers grow.
The late Elaine Stritch.
Master of the house, he isn't worth my spit. Comforter, philosopher, lifelong shit. Cutting little brain, regular Voltaire. Thinks he's quite a lover. There's not much there. Everybody raise a glass, rise! Raising up the master's ass, rise! Don't know how I lasted living with that bastard in the house.
Dame Angela Lansbury.
Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of our hearts echoes the beating of the drums, it is a life about to start when tomorrow comes.
Right? No, I think it's one, right? One more. I think it's Ethel, isn't it?
Tomorrow is not far away. Tomorrow
Oh,
is
right.
the judgment day.
Tomorrow
is not far away. Tomorrow is the judgment day. Tomorrow
Yeah. What a darling.
is storm.
Ethel.
Thank you. One more dawn. One more day. One day more. All we ask is one day more.
Christine Petty as everybody. Come on, man. Isn't she brilliant?
Laurie Beachman Theater, December 30th.
Who can do that? Here you go, girl. I mean, right? It's shocking. My God. Christine, that was amazing. Plants are right over there. Don't trip over that shit. Go this way, this way, this way. So she does that same type of thing with the 12 Days of Hanukkah in her show on December 30th, Laurie Beachman Theater. You can also live stream it, people out there, but see it live. You can't live stream it, you can't live stream it, so F off. Come to New York, go to the Laurie Beachman room. Okay, we have 2 more songs. These are all the 11 o'clock numbers. Darius, I want you to do my favorite song. This is an old Ella Fitzgerald song that I'm obsessed with that I asked Darius to sing for us. And the sassafras knows no bounds.
It was introduced by Martha Ray. Y'all remember Martha Ray? But then Ella stole it and took it and made it her own.
That's right.
The concert was over at Carnegie Hall. The maestro took bow after bow. He said, "My dear friends, I have given my all. I'm sorry, it's all over now." When from the gallery way up high, there suddenly came this mournful cry. "Oh, Mr. Paganini, please play my Rhapsody. And if you cannot play it, won't you sing it? And if you can't sing it, you simply have to shove it with double it, shove it, Mr. Paganini, we breathlessly await your masterful baton. Why don't you sling it? And if you can't sling it, you simply have to. But it shove it didn't but it do. We heard your repertoire, and at the final bar, we greeted you with a round applause. But what a great ovation! Your interpretation of "I never cared much for moonlit skies, I never blinked back at fireflies" would do. So Mr. Paganini, don't you be a meanie. What do you have up your sleeve? Go on and fling it. And if you can't fling it, you simply have to. Mr. Paganini, please play my Rhapsody. And if you cannot play it, won't you sing it? And if the boys are bobbing Ain't no need in stopping. You gotta shut Mr. Paganini. We breathlessly await your masterful baton. Why don't you sling it? And if the boys are bobbing, ain't no need in stopping. You gotta bubble doo doo. We heard your repertoire, and at the final bar, we greeted you with a round of applause. What a great ovation! Your interpretation of a Mr. Paganini, don't you be a meanie. What do you have up your sleeve? Come on and fling it. And if you can't fling it, you will simply have to swing it.
Darius the Haas. I mean, come on, man. It's always different. So, Christine is the day before New Year's Eve at Lloyd Beachroom Room. Darius, you are tomorrow, 9:30 at 54 Below. Okay, so our final song, Beth Level, would you come to the stage, please? Beth is a genius. So, Beth, I would just love you to just tell everybody how that moment when you finally figured out who the hell the Drowsy Chaperone was. Because just so you know, when a show is being created, it's actually being created by everybody. It's not like the script is perfect. And Drowsy Chaperone, the character, wasn't really there. Can you talk about when they did the hot seat thingy?
Oh, right. First of all, I was not cast in the role. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Anywho, I had an audition, and I got a call back, and the director was so kind to call me, Casey Nicolani. He said, "I'm so sorry, you just didn't get it." And I went, "I know, I'm not the person I think that can lift this character off the page because it wasn't really written yet. They were waiting to hire someone." So they went to L.A. and auditioned Eartha Kitt. I know, right? And Tina Louise, anyone? Oh, thank God, people my age. Who else? What, honey?
Those laugh riots. That's
right.
true.
Wait, Knots Landing.
Joan Van Ark?
Thank you, Joan Van Ark. So none of that worked out. They came back to New York. Cut to like 5-6 months later, I get a call from my agent going, I have a job offer for you, which means I don't have to audition. I'm like, I'll take it.
Right.
And they said it was to play Beatrice Stockwell, which was the Drowsy Chaperone. I said, no, I didn't get that job. So I made them call back the casting director. He said, yes, you got it. So she said, pack your bags. You're leaving for the Amundsen in Los Angeles for a 3-month gig in 2 weeks. So I'm like, children, Mama's gone for the holidays. No one knew what the character was, and I literally think the director went, oh God, just give it to Beth. She's funny. She'll see what happens. So I went there, and everyone had already done a workshop for me, So I was like, one of these things is not like the other. So everyone was desperate to try to find out who this woman was. And so every morning from 10 to 12, Casey said, we're going to do theater games. I was like, oh, great, theater games. But one of the theater games was called Hot Seat. Anybody ever done it?
It's an improv game.
Thank you. It's an improv game where there's like a stool here, and I had to fill out a bio, which was really bullshit because I had no earthly idea who this person was. So I would where were you born? It's like, I believe London, and my parents were famous. I didn't know what I was doing. So for a week, at every morning, we did the hot seat. So your character was introduced, and you'd come and sit on a stool, and all the creatives and all the cast members would scream questions at you, and you would have to answer in character, which is a real issue if you don't know your character. So one of the last days, finally, I'm just desperate and know I'm going to be fired. It was my turn, and I'm over there, and Casey, for the first time, goes, ladies and gentlemen, as he's introducing me, Dame Beatrice Stockwell. And I remember thinking, Dame? Well, hang on just a minute. So I came out, and all of the creatives and all the cast members stood up and started applauding, and I went, "Oh, thank you. Oh, please. No, don't stop." And I went all the way down to the floor, and I went, "There she is."
Isn't that brilliant?
There she is.
And she figured out the character because she won a Tony Award. So, Beth Level, we're proud of you. Well deserved. It was a hilarious performance. And if you don't know, the Drowsy Chaperone is like a show within a show. So the man in chair is listening to this cast album.
Who doesn't know the Drowsy Chaperone?
Well,
Okay, you need to Google.
it's such a great show. So this character, Dame Beatrice Stockwell, what does he say about you? What does she demand in her shows?
A rousing anthem, whether they're needed or not, in every show.
So this is the rousing anthem.
This is my rousing anthem
To
from the
close out our
Drowsy
show.
Chaperone. Thank you. As we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or what to do. Still we bumble away through life's crazy labyrinth, barely knowing left from right, nor right from wrong. And the best that we can do is hope a bluebird will sing his song as we stumble along. I added that part later. Until one night I hear at intermission, "Beth Level, could you please come to stage manager's office? Beth Level, can you please come to..." Cut it. Long. Way to pick that up, Seth. It's a dismal little world in which we live. It can bore you till you've nothing left to give. 7 overrated wonders, 7 underwhelming seas, 6 excruciating continents. Antarctica. Oh, please.
Antarctica. Oh, please. She's bored with it. Oh, please. Sorry.
Seth, I had one line. I gave you one line.
I just love that.
Let's try that one more time.
I'm sorry.
Antarctica. Oh, please.
Antarctica. Oh, please.
Okay, stop. Anywho, I'm going to ask, since he's just sucked at that, I'm going to ask that the audience help me. So my line is Antarctica, please. I say it first.
Mm-hmm.
In response, I would like you to respond with Antarctica, please. But it's just not saying the words. How do you feel about Antarctica? Do you love it? Did you see the attitude I gave? That's mine, so you have to come up with your own shit. We call it acting. So think about it right now. How do you feel about Antarctica? So again, I say it first. I go, Antarctica, please. And then you will say, shh, just think it right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't let me down.
Mm-hmm.
Back to dismal little world, please. 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a dismal little world in which we live. It could bore you till you have nothing left to give. 7 overrated wonders, underwhelming seas. Here we go. Me first. 6 excruciating continents. Antarctica. Oh, please.
Antarctica. Oh, please.
Thank you. Brava. You could learn something from that, Seth. Still.
Caribbean next.
Hush, hush, hush. Hush now. Or I send you to the Caribbean. Still.
I'll kill you.
I love the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm. Too late.
Still. I'll never work for him again. You mustn't let it lick you. This planet, oh, so bland. Keep your eyeball on the highball. In your hand, as we stumble along across life's crowded dance floors, as we push and we shove, we live and we learn. And when we finally leave the bar and we see, good Lord, that morning star, we pull our bootstraps up and homeward turn. Then we stumble away through dawn's blinding sunbeams, barely knowing right from right, nor left from wrong. But as long as we can hear that little bluebird, there'll be a song as we stumble along, as we stumble, bumble, fumble, plumble, as we stumble.
Beth Level, Congregation Beth Simchas Torah, Sierra Vargas, Carrie Meads on drums, Christine Petty, Clarence Petty, Darius DeHaas. You're amazing. We have one final encore that everyone needs to sing. This is simply the encore, and it's a sing-along, and the only lyric you need to remember is Randy. Weingarten. Happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday to you. L'chaim. Happy birthday, dear Randy. Happy birthday to Rabbi Randy, Sharon's wife, the Rabbi's Rebbitzin. Thank you, all my performers. See you guys next year. Cut that damn cake. It's kosher. It better not be parv. It better not be parv. Thanks, everyone. Carrie, that was great. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Sarah, and thank you, Beth, and thank you, Darius and Christine. You were amazing. It was such a beautiful night. Please, if you're here in person, join us downstairs for a brief oneg, I should say, or a little snack, and a piece of birthday cake for Randy. Happy birthday, Randy. Thank you all.